All right, so I was working a couple hours ago. Client's video, which is a blog we're filming and documenting. I was editing from my apartment, as you can see, with this dopest view, which is hard to believe sometimes. And I just felt like I needed a quick break from from what I was doing to what I'm about to do today and tonight with you all, which is just basically sitting down and talking to myself. In my case, the best way to talk to myself is by creating content and making videos. So I just want to take the time for myself. I'm creating this video for myself. I know it's gonna have a lot of fucking value for whoever sees this video, and if you see it, the whole video, I know it's gonna bring a lot of value for you. So I even have my water bottle, I guess that's how you call it, because this is gonna be a pretty extended video. It's gonna be about, I don't know, probably 30 minutes, I guess I would say. So in this video I wanna talk to myself first, then talk to whoever sees this video about every single thing I've learned the couple from the past years about money. I want to give you guys the whole knowledge I have learned about money, about how the world works, about my plan for getting my first 10k month, because brother, that's all I can think of. So since I was like 16, 17, I realized I was fucking broke. I realized I did have no money to my name. My family did not have any money. So I started to fucking learn everything I could about money, and this is what you're gonna hear on this video. So I don't even know where to start. I don't have any script right now, but I know this is gonna be the most valuable video you're gonna watch today. The very first thing I learned about money, I would say, is that money is a state of mind. This is something very hard to understand, but money is a state of mind. I remember when I was like 17, 16, I didn't have any money. Like, my mom didn't have anything. We were like on a gas station. We were just filling up an old car, and I saw like this weird dude, I don't even know if it was a man or a woman, on a fucking awesome car, brother. I don't even remember the model, but it was like a Toyota or something, like very expensive, right? It isn't my dream car, but it was a very expensive car. And I started talking to my mom, like, Mom, what is wrong in the world? Like, you work 24/7. Like, well, she used to work a lot on a shitty job, and we didn't have any money. Like, we were poor. Like, there was a lot of money in the world, and I didn't have any of it. So it got me pretty mad. So I started seeing all these things in my family, and I was just getting mad. I was just getting mad at me not having any money. I was just getting mad at me not understanding how the world would work, or how the world worked. And now I can say that I really understand what they mean when they say, like, money is just a state of mind. Because right now that I'm like far away from home, I'm in Medellin right now, which is a city like 8 hours away, 8 to 12 hours away from my hometown, and I can confidently say that I had a poor mindset. And that is the very first thing I want to talk in this video. Having a poor mindset is something very dangerous, like, in a way that I see it exactly the same that if you were sick. So for me, being poor equals the same of being sick, I'm sorry. Because whenever you're sick, every time you get sick is because you're doing something with your body that's not letting you, that's like doing something bad in your body, right? So if you're eating bad food, you might feel bad because of that you might get sick. It's pretty much the same with money, because I used to be in a state of mind almost 24/7, bro. I guarantee, of me just repeating to myself that I was fucking poor. So every single little thing, I was just, damn, I wish I just had money to buy a camera just like this. Man, I wish only if I had money to do so, so, and so. And what I realized is, instead of me repeating, at least in my mind, the life I wanted, I was doing the exact opposite. And remember I told you guys this was very dangerous. It's because you don't even realize you're doing this. Like, I remember I would have a day full of negative thoughts. All day, negative thoughts about money. Negative thoughts about me not having anything. Negative thoughts about envy, because I would start to feel envy for all the people that I would see they had money, they could buy their shit, they could, I don't know, start their brand, invest 2K, 3K on their brand, and just like nothing happened. And I didn't have money to buy clothes. Like, it gave me a lot of envy for some guys. And once I realized I was the one creating my reality, which is something I have in my mind 24/7 right now. Every time I have a negative thought, I just remember myself, I just remind myself that I'm the creator of my own reality, and that I am the one responsible for me taking the actions and leading my mind to wherever the fuck I want. Because sometimes it's like you just want to go in that direction, and you have very clear inside your mind that you want to go that direction, but your mind is just going the opposite. And what I mean by this is, you want to be successful, you want to have a lot of money. I would have that clear when I was like 16, 17 years old. And then my mind was 24/7. Instead of going in this exact same direction, I was, why am I poor? I hate being poor. I wish I had more money. Why was I born in a family just like this? I was having all these negative thoughts that, brother, those are assassins inside your mind that are killing your dreams. So I felt for the past years that I've been pressing the gas and the brakes at the same time. And this is the exact same example where you want to go this direction, but your mind is not set. It's not properly set onto going to that direction, because it's hard to believe when you come from a background where you have nothing, where you are used or you normalize being poor as something just regular, right? As something that it just happened. You cannot do anything about it. And that's the lesson number 2. Like, I don't know why I'm numbering these things, but I'm just telling, like, and that is lesson number 2. Lesson number 2 is, believing you can change your situation right now. It doesn't matter how fucked your life is right now. Trust me, you can change your situation. You can change every single little thing that you don't want or that you don't like about your life by just taking the decision, being conscious that you have deep inside yourself the power to change your life right now, and taking actions to it. Because when you realize how valuable it is to be alive on this world, there's nowhere to go. Like, you already discover the path, and then you start living life accordingly to what you really want out of it. Because when I was 16, 17 years old, I started to realize that life wasn't just a school, job, getting paid, paying bills, and then dying. I deeply inside myself did not believe that was a life I was here to live, right? So then I started seeing like having money as a way for me to achieve that life. And what I'm talking about is about freedom. I'm talking about having freedom in your life and not getting into this trap of you going to school to do a shitty assignments that you don't even like, just to get a degree, just to get a job, just to, brother, it doesn't even make sense. Like, you don't live two lives, or you don't know. That's the worst part. You don't even know. All you know, all you know is all you have. All you know is all you have today, right now. Your life, your young years, because I really started to appreciate all those little things that would fool me or fill me out of energy in my mind and my body, to take actions, to take different, to take, I'm sorry, not different, to take these difficult decisions in my life of me just going to the wrong place that I don't want to go to just because the world says it, or I find out a way of that freedom that I really desire, because I have very clear that is the life I want to live. So aligning yourself would be the next step, or the next tip that I can give you guys, because first of all is realizing you can change your life, and second of all, like, I lost the point, but that's gonna be the next step, and it's just aligning yourself with your purpose, because we all have a purpose. We all have a purpose. We all have a purpose. I really deeply in myself believe that. I found myself into creating. I am a very creative person. I do not want to be in a job where I'm not creating, or I'm not using like my superpower, let's call it that way, because you all have a superpower, I have a superpower. You all have this specific ability that you're fucking really, really good at, and you can really be good at whatever, but for whatever reason you just feel more connected. You feel more connected to certain things, right? In my case, I feel really connected with creativity, so I don't even know why it got to my life, but since 17 or 18 years old, I got my first camera. I started creating, I started taking pictures, and I realized this is what I wanted. I didn't want to go to a uni, I didn't want to go to a job, I didn't want to go to learn anything that I didn't like. So from that day, from day zero, I started creating. And when I took that decision, I started taking actions in the same way, in the same path of the decisions of the life I wanted inside my head were, if that makes sense. So I had to be very coherent with what I was thinking deep inside myself about what life is and what I wanted out of it. And I definitely dropped out of college, like university. We go straight to university in Colombia, we don't go to college. And I dropped out of the university just because I didn't find myself doing the exact same thing, paying. Well, I didn't have to pay, because I had like a reward. I don't know how to say that in English, but I didn't have to pay for my university. Anyways, I had to pay with time. And I was just starting businesses because I always wanted to like be an entrepreneur and shit like that. But taking actions that go in the same way of your purpose, that you already know which one it is, that I'm pretty sure it's not just working a 9 to 5, and if it is, you might have to find which job, what are you serving to other people, why, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have that very clear deep inside yourself so you can start taking actions in that direction. So that is very important. That is like one of the most important things that you have to consider in life. And sometimes you don't take these actions just because we're too scared. We're too scared of just being different. We're scared of failing. We're scared of so many fucking things that I guarantee you they don't matter. The nobody cares. They don't matter, brother. You're alive. You're alive today. You don't even know if you will be alive tomorrow. And that's like pretty weird to say aloud, but it's became one of my like philosophies of life, that sometimes I imagine myself not being alive right now. I imagine myself dead. I'm dead ass. I imagine myself dead right now, not doing what I can do right now, which is film this video. And I feel an energy, brother, that runs through my whole body and leads me to take the action that I know I have to take, but I just don't take it because I don't realize and I don't have this conscious of me being alive and being so grateful for being alive that I just do what's in here. So whenever you get to this step of the process, if you come from a background just like mine, you're gonna find out that money is a huge important role on this follow your passion shit. Because sometimes people have this weird thought about the money, and they just think like, yeah, those are two separate things, right? Like you cannot follow your passion and make money at the same time. So you just focus on a career, you just focus on something else, and they can't be more wrong, brother. Again, you have to go through your morals, through your life ethical, and determine yourself if that is the life you actually want to live. I want to check, I'll go check if the camera is still recording. Yes, it is. So, going back to the steps where you realize if that is actually what you want out of life, will immediately give you the energy to take the action that will lead you to that life. So I do not believe money is separate from my passion. I know it's a fucking hard road. It's very difficult for you to really achieve these things that are out of the box, let's call it that way. Not because it's hard to get, not because the universe or the world doesn't have that for you, or not because it's not enough. It's because of your mindset. Again, you have been thinking in A way your whole life, and when you try to think B way, it's so fucking hard, brother. It's so fucking hard because you have to like transform or just forget everything you thought you knew about the world and start over again. For example, I put myself as an example every single time. I come from a broke family. I never had like the opportunity to spend money on just stupid things because money wasn't enough. So whenever I want something new, I couldn't have it. And then when I started to work for my own shit, even though I was making money, even though I was earning money, even though I was having cash flow in my like businesses, when I started like filming videos for businesses and shit, I just had this negative thought. I just have this negative thought of me not being able to make this out of my life, like not being able of me really becoming a millionaire with just making videos with a camera that wasn't even mine, with no fucking experience. Brother, I was like, damn, it's hard because those thoughts get in your way and they really stop you from reaching your whole potential. So that's a fucking very important step, really, for you to forget everything, because really that's how I summarize this tip, and it's just to forget everything you know or you thought you knew about the world, about your career, about everything, because you have been blinded your whole time, brother. We have been blinded our whole time, our whole life, about pursuing a life we don't even want to live, and we don't have guarantees of coming back to this earth and repeat the same life. Like, everything is so unique. Everything is so fucking unique. So even if you might fail in the process, you never fail, brother, because you're pursuing your bigger purpose. You're pursuing your deepest purpose. You cannot fail. It's that simple. You just cannot fail. Do you want to know how you fail? When you give up on your fucking dreams. When you give up on that deeper inner a feeling that you have to be greater, that you have to be better, that you have to get more money, that you have to help your family and more people, that's when you fucking fail. That's when you become a fucking loser. When you just don't have the balls enough to follow your passion and to believe into something that you cannot see. Because there we go to the next sip, which is something very, very curious. Because you're already in a position where you know what you want out of life. You know you are like willing to take actions in order for you to get to that life. You just gave up on everything else that wasn't gonna lead you to that direction, and you're fully focused. Now it comes a big step in your life. And in my personal life, hello, estamos grabando. Bueno, in my personal life, it was faith. I do not believe in any like concrete religion. I just believe in God a lot. I believe in myself a lot, and I have a lot of faith in myself and in the world, in the universe, in the life itself. So when you choose this path of being an entrepreneur, just creating content, following whatever your passion is, you're gonna face yourself in the mirror, and you're gonna look at yourself and determine how much faith you got in yourself. Because choosing this path is gonna change you a lot. If you're willing to do what it takes, it's gonna change you a fucking lot. You're gonna have to get better every single day. You're gonna have to face your demons every single day, more than if you were on a traditional path. Because you're by yourself. You don't have any manual, any instruction. In the university, it's fucking easy, brother. You just do whatever they tell you to do, and it's easy. You don't have to think. You don't have to be any smart. You don't have to do anything. I used to be the best guy in my school. Number one, all my grades. Number one, always. I never consider myself smarter just because of being the number one in my school. Never, brother, never. All my time, I was the nerd. I used to be the nerd my whole time. Oh, David is so intelligent. He's so smart. That's why he always is in number one school. Brother, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. I consider myself smart, brave, and a lot of things, but not because of I was like good at school. It was just a teacher telling you exactly what you had to do, and you just follow through. And this path is different. In this path, you have to find it yourself. I've tried a lot of fucking business models since I was like 18, 19, that I bought my first online course. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of water. And since that day, I started to face my demons every single day. That's something most people are not willing to face. I started to see how much faith I had. I started to know myself a lot better. I started to identify when I was doubting and being able to stop that subconscious behavior that nobody's gonna come here and tell you, hey, you have this subconscious behavior that you're not seeing in yourself that is fucking stopping you from living the life you want. Even though if you have it clear, even though if you know you want to go to that direction, that can stop you without you even noticing. And nobody's gonna fucking come tell you that and help you fix it, because it's a path within yourself. It's a road that you have to go through with yourself. Of course, there's gonna be people around that help you. Of course, whenever you choose the realest path, which is following yourself, which is waking every single day up, doing whatever the fuck you want, not in a lazy way. Because that's not what I'm talking. That's not real freedom, because you're still a slave of your mind if you are lazy. But waking up every single day to do whatever inspires you and whatever inspires a lot of people out there, right? Whether if it's a business, a product you're developing, a video you're creating, a channel, whatever the fuck it is. I hope you understand the point. And if you don't, just rewatch the video. So facing faith is really important for me, because I guarantee you, if you are on the same path, you know what I'm about to say, and if you're not, it's gonna save you a lot of time and headaches whenever you face it, because you're gonna face dark days, you're gonna face dark nights. It happens a lot, and it happens because you don't have this guide, you don't have this step by step on how to make it on a business, on how to make it on your content, on how to make it on your personal brand. And whenever these scenarios happen in your life, you have to be strong enough as a man or as a person, because maybe there are some women watching this video. I don't think so, because it's not my objective public. But if you are, congratulate you. You're taking a great decision and a great investment of time in your life. But the only way that got me out of those dark days was faith. Because basically for me, faith is creating something that you know it can exist, but you just don't see it. So we believe that by the fact of we not seeing this physical mic right here, it doesn't exist. But if I close my eyes and I imagine a mic in my hands right now, it exists somewhere, not in the physical world right now, but it exists. So it's cultivating this exact same thought that you can achieve anything. Faith is just the fact of you knowing really deep in yourself that you can achieve anything in your life. That's faith. Don't add more words to it. That is faith for me. And faith is something that you can practice and you can get better at by just practicing every single day. Faith, trust me, every single time you just get sad and upset, is because you're lacking faith. You're lacking that energy that's telling you, even though if you don't see it right now, it's possible and it's for you because you're alive. Because if God put you that thought inside of your mind, brother, it's for you. It can exist. You just have to grind. You just have to go and work hard for it. Because having faith is manifesting. Having faith is just the ability of you not going down. Having faith is just the ability of you being able to not stop on your path, even though you're not seeing it on your physical world, but you can still feel it deep inside your heart that it is for you. It is gonna happen first, and second, every single time you do that exercise, because it's a mental exercise of whenever you feel bad, bringing faith to your life, to your mind, to your project, whatever the fuck it is, it's gonna give you the energy to keep up. It's gonna give you the energy to never give up. It's gonna give you the energy to never miss a day. Alright, so the camera just stopped recording. I don't know why. But I hope you understand the point. So whenever you're on the path, you just decided to be on the path to make money, work hard, get better on yourself, not follow the path that everyone's fucking following just because they don't know what else to do with their life. You have that clear, you know what you want, and even if you don't, you at least know what you do not want out of life, which is a very important step. If you do not know what you want out of life, it's very important for you to identify what you do not want. And if you see that you do not want this path, then you know where not to go. So it's gonna lead you every single time to the actual path and to finding yourself and finding what you want out of life. So then we're stepping into the second part of this video, which is very important. because we were talking about like the inner part of finding yourself and starting your career and your path into starting a business. So right now I want to talk a little bit about the plan that I personally have for myself, taking into account that I come from having absolutely nothing. And if I have heard this a long time ago, I probably would be far away in my own path just because of knowing this earlier. Because I spent a lot of time on wrong businesses, on viewing the world the wrong way in terms of building businesses and getting money, because I didn't even know where the money came and what was money. So if I saw someone with a better car or simply with more freedom because they had money, I wouldn't even know why. Like for me, it was just like, oh, he was born rich, I was born poor. There's nothing else to it. Like I didn't know what was in the middle of those two situations and what I could do to change it. So in this second part, I want to introduce you guys to what money really is. And for me back then, money was on investing, right? And don't get me wrong, this also works. But in my personal situation where I had not a single penny to invest, trust me, there is a very little chances for you to invest $1,000 and get out of it a million, right? So I would spend from 16 to probably 19 years old trying to figure out what to invest my money on. I actually invested my money in some scams. So my mom and I got scammed just because of not knowing what I'm about to show you guys. So this is very important. Take notes, pay attention to the video, watch it to the end. And that is basically knowing that you do not make money. This is a pretty important concept. You do not make money. Money is already made. Government's the one printing money out of thin air. You cannot make money. That's not even legal. It's only legal for those people for a weird reason. But you don't make money. You take money from other people. So when I started seeing this, I started to understand. So I understood how the money actually works, because my path wasn't not investing money on something that would give me a return on my investment very quick and to grow over time, but it was to be able to take money from other people. So from this new perspective A, David thought he had to have money in order to invest on a project, blah 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 blah. Scenario B, I understood that I just had to learn an ability that would allow me to take money from other people. And this is very, very, very simple. Like, you might be wondering how the fuck I take money from other people. Like, I'm not good at selling. Bro. The very first thing I did when I understood this was getting a sales course. So I stepped into the ecom world like in 2019, and I was just getting and learning and like processing these new concepts of life, of money, that I didn't understand before. And it was a beautiful process, because let me take you back. If you cannot make money, you can only take money from other people. And the only one way you can take money from other people is by offering something instead of their money, which is very simple. Like, most of you guys already knew this thing, but you don't realize it from this point. So I want you to have very clear that you don't need any money to make money. You just need to have the ability of you being able to take money from other people. Like, it's very simple. So for example, I do not have to create anything new. I do not have to create the newest bottle of water that is fucking making the market go crazy. No. You just have to find someone who has a fucking problem in their life in my personal example, I found people who wanted to have good content on their businesses, but they didn't have. I'm sorry. Mi cosita, muchas gracias. No olvides la pastica, mi amor. Acaba de sonar la alarma. Ahorita te llamo. So when you connect, when you see the world from this perspective, it's simple to make money. Because of course you're gonna have to work and do a lot of shit, but it's different. Because I understood that if I go to my 9 to 5, I will never make $1 million, at least $10,000 a month. I wouldn't. There's no fucking way. That's another one of the reasons I never wanted to go to a job or a school. Give me a second. And it basically was because I understood that because there was another way of me getting more money, but not going to school. Going to school and getting a job wasn't gonna get me, at least in my country, more than what, like $1,000 a month? And I'm earning more than that without no degree, right? So taking this principle is very important in your life. You take money from other people, and you take money from other people when you supply a need of a big market, of a big public, right? So for example, in my perspective, I kind of knew how to make videos. So I started to realize that it was very easy. If I go to school, get a job, and get $1,000 per month as a professional in my country, it's not gonna get me any. It's not on my principles of what I want out of life. Then I found my first business, which was creating content. I didn't have any equipments. I just found another guy who had the equipments. I started searching for all the clients. So we got like a small agency of content. I had the clients, he had the equipment, he had the camera, did everything, and he would lend me his equipments out of a commission of that lead that I was working. And I started working this way because I understood if I have a client and I can sell a client, because remember, it's not about having money to make money. Of course it works when you already have money, but since you're starting from zero like I did, you just have to focus on the ability of making money itself. In my case was getting clients, like convincing them that I was able to make the content they needed in order to make more sales. I didn't have this like angle back then because I was just starting. I was just, hey, I make videos. That was it. That was my promise. Right now I'm structuring something a lot more like bigger and better. But back then I just had no idea. I just found out that I didn't have to have any money in hand to start my business. I just found a guy. I did everything for free, literally, and I was sending DM my whole day to new clients. That was it. I realized if I would sell a client a $500 plan, which is something good, and if I do it 10 times, it's gonna be 4 times more money a month that I would do if I would keep on a regular job. So I understood how business worked, kind of, because I didn't understand the whole shit yet, but I kind of understand how it worked. And I understood the way was just for me to get to serve as many people as I can with my product or service. In this case, it was videos, right? So I had to find a lot of people to serve in order for me to make 10K. That was fucking easy, right? At least I would see it that way back then, because bro, it's fucking easy. I get the clients, we get the job, you work on those clients, I work on these clients, and we make 10K a month easily, right? But then I realized that of course I didn't have the enough knowledge I have right now to make a 10K a month business. Probably you can make it doing videos, but right now I don't think that's like a good way to start, since making this kind of videos sometimes require a lot of time put onto yourself. But it was the way I decided to go full time to make my money, since I was 18, 19 years old. And I started making more money even than my mom, who was working harder than me and who was like 30 years older than me. And I couldn't be more happy, brother. I couldn't be more happy because I was able to help my mom. I was able to give him some money. It wasn't that much, like, brother, probably like $200 for the market for chopping food isn't that much in the US. Here in Colombia, it's like a fucking lot. And I wouldn't be able to do so if I was studying, if I was in school, if I wasn't being brave enough to follow my personal path, which was this way of not being broke 5 years while studying, but dropping out of the university and deciding to find a way to make money. So I found making videos as a way to make money. So this example is pretty much the same for everyone. Like, maybe in your case you're not passionate about videos. Probably you are because you're watching this. But if you're not, you're just gonna find a way of serving people. You're just gonna find a way of taking people's money, right? Because when you see the world from this perspective, you understand how money is made. So I used to think you just invested money in X thing and you just would wait and you would have X amount of return on investment and blah blah blah. Again, all these things works when you already have money to invest in. But if you're working out with zero, you just have one ability. You just need something to fulfill the world. So right now, a lot of people are selling courses, right? Telling you you're gonna be rich if you do dropshipping, telling you you're gonna be rich if you do OnlyFans management, telling you you're gonna be rich if you do YouTube automation, whatever the fuck those business models are. I've tried all of them, like mostly. And trust me, brother, don't fall for that, because all of the business model work, of course, but you have to understand got lost. So there's nothing wrong about the business models itself. It's just about the way of how they sell you, because they take advantage of you, what a person that don't have any idea on how the business works. You buy a course just because you think they're gonna make you rich just by buying them, because that's what they promise. Most of them, they just sell you a lot of smoke, and you will feel pretty sad as soon as you realize that it wasn't as you expected it. Like, the business models works, of course, but you don't understand this point of serving people, because then you realize it's not about the drop shipping, even though it works. It's not about OnlyFans management, even though it works. It's about you finding your own path, right? And in my personal case, I found my path by buying one of those like ecom courses, right? And I understood a lot of things that took me years. I'm not gonna cap, like, it took me years, at least 2 to 3 years, to really understand what I was doing, to really understand what money was, to really understand what the market was, to really understand how to take money out of other people and start to build a capital, right? So in this third part of this video, if you're still here, thank you and congratulate you for spending time on getting yourself better. This is really good and awesome, because I'm on the same path. Though I want to connect with everyone who's on the same path and we can help each other, right? So the third part of this video is what my plan is right now, what I'm planning to do right now in order for me to get my first 10K a month, do that for almost a year, and have enough capital, enough money to build an actual business, to grow my actual business. I'm gonna tell you everything right now, so pay attention. Alright, I am actually very excited to share this third part of sharing my plan with you guys, because I know it's already been like what 30 minutes of video, probably 20, 30. And I want to share it to you just because of you saying this long in the video. And if you did, just comment something down below so I know, and I'll follow you back or something like that. And if you alright, so what's my plan from coming to zero? I wanna say that I worked, there was a period in my life that I had to work almost 24/7 for me to buy video equipment, which is the one you're seeing right now, and I'm still buying it to this day because I haven't bought everything that I need. I actually, as I told you guys, I just got this new mic that I really like it, and that motivated me to make this video. So it's all due to this. I got motivated and I felt the energy to film this video. Basically what my plan is right now is, as I already built and found a way to make money with something I love doing and I am good at, I'm just gonna keep doing the exact same thing. Why? Because I need money. But what was the mistake I used to have? I used to do this exact same thing as a regular job, and probably this was like, no, this is not my path. I'm not going to get a job. I'm not going to blah blah blah. Because I said it earlier, like if something is not aligned with what you want out of life, you just don't take it, right? And this might sound like weird, but I'll get to my point. Basically what I'm trying to say here is, when I got to Medellin, I basically needed a job. Like, I got the equipment, I would invest like almost 10k, no, not 10k, $2,000 plus $2,000 on equipment, cameras, lighting, shit, whatever you can imagine. I didn't have anything. I would film with my boy equipment, so I bought my own. I could work by my own, and then I started working for someone else, because in that period of time I worked on someone else. It wasn't like a normal job. It was a job with a guy who was making 20, 30, 40k a month with his online business. So I took that job as an opportunity to, first of all, serve that people, charge what a professional would charge with a degree, and I don't have any because I dropped out of university, and learn at the same time everything I could about businesses. I was like 8 months on that job just because I did it. But you know how I got there? Sending fucking DMs, like having faith every night, because I wouldn't go to bed thinking, damn, I cannot do this shit. I was the opposite. I was like, damn, I can sign a client. I can find this guy. I know this guy is making money. Let me offer my services to this guy, because I was smart with the people I was reaching out. I wasn't reaching out anyone. I was trying to do it strategic. You know what I'm saying? So right now my plan is keep working on this shit. I found a product that the market needs. There's people who need videos, but this is where the key factor is. I'm not serving anyone. Like, I got my product right now, but I used to serve anyone who need videos. I used to do weddings, I used to do parties, I used to do whatever the fuck you can imagine. I'm not doing that anymore, because something I learned, something very important I learned, and I want to take it right now with you guys, is this book. Is this book which you guys probably already have heard of this book before, which is 100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi. A fucking brother, this book is a must buy for sure. It changes a lot the perspective you have on your business if you already have one, or if you don't have one and you don't know shit about businesses. This is the fucking book. All right. So basically, what this book taught me is how to create offers. So we talked about the ability of you being able to take other people's money. How do you do that? By offering them something in exchange. So this book basically says how to make offers so good people feel stupid saying no. That's what you have to achieve in life. You have to understand a lot about sales, a lot about marketing, and those basic principles are: you gotta have a product. That product has to solve someone's problem, and it has to be like a very important problem in their life. Because I guarantee you right now, I want to make content. I want to make content for my brand, but I don't have I don't have a mic. I don't have a mic. My audio just is messed up. Blah blah blah. So, if I want to sell a mic, I just pick a problem, which is content creators which don't have a mic and they need to improve their audio quality so their videos get more views. It's the same shit with everything. I hope you get my point. But I'm sorry, the whole thing is, you, with your product or service, you have to pick a niche. You just have to understand where are the person or what kind of person is the one that can take the most value out of your product. Because maybe you feel like you're not worthy right now. But there's something I read, like this clingy text, that how much is a bottle of water right now? It's probably $2-3, one and a half. But how much does it cost a bottle of water, the exact same bottle of water, in an airplane? So don't measure your value based on who you are, but on where you are. And if you are not where you're valuable, you just have to keep grinding to get to that point. I hope you understand the point. So back to my plan, I would be the guy who would charge so low on my products that I was basically working out for free for many people for many years, until a couple months ago. And this was very important to understand, because in order for you to get like a good amount of money so you can start a bigger business with, is trying to charge as high as you can. There's no competitive advantage of being the second cheapest product on the market. So in order for you to do so, you have to create a good offer. You have to find people who actually are in need of the product or service you're selling, and try to sell them the whole solution they need for a higher price. I'll put you an example so you guys understand. Right now I'm selling videos. That's what I sell, videos. That is very basic right now. I don't want to sell videos. I don't want to sell just I do videos, because if I sell videos, anyone can sell videos for, I don't know, $150 here in Colombia, $250, probably a $5 month check that you will get on a regular job just for making videos. So you have to go a step further with your product, with your market, with the problem you're solving, and you have to pick a niche, solve a bigger problem for a specific type of people. In my case, I create an agency, which I'm expecting to make me at least 3 to 5K a month. I know for online businesses it's not like that much, but it's my way to start. It's the way for me to get this much money so I can start being more free of starting an actual business as I would like to. I'm not telling you what's coming next, but this is the first step to start accumulating this money. So right now I'm charging $1,000 or $1,500 for one client, which is not even that expensive, but for Colombia is good. And I just gotta get like 2, 3, 4, 5 in order for me to make like 20 times the average salary in Colombia, and put myself ahead of the game, like in lightning speed. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even need to get that much money, but I just found a way of doing it by creating an agency that serves influencers, that serves info producers, people who sell online, to create a personal brand. Because my videos are not any type of videos anymore. They are this type of videos. They are videos for personal brands. So I am the one. If someone wants to create a personal brand, here in Medellin, I'm the guy they're gonna go with. I'm not a video, I do any kind of video agency. No, I niche down, if that's correct to say, and that allows me to create a better offer, to understand a lot better the people I'm selling, because the better you understand, or the most you understand, the better, I guess. The better you understand the people you're selling, the easiest is to create an offer that is so good that people feel stupid saying no. I hope you guys can see it very well right there. So when you become good at it, when you understand these principles in deep, you are ahead of the game. For sure, you are ahead of the game. You're probably not getting like this 100K a month just by doing all these things, but we'll get you in the way. But we'll get you into shaping that your mind into this kind of path. So what's the next step? I just signed my first client right now, which I actually just need one client to live off good in Colombia. I just need like 1K, 1.5K to live good in Colombia and have money aside at the end of the month. So I pay all my bills, all my shit, and I still have money, because that's a position I wasn't a couple months ago, and now I am, because I understood this shit. Because, brothers, the difference between rich and poor is just knowledge. That's it. Knowledge and you being fucking smart and not being lazy. That's it. It's not that hard. The game is actually not that hard. It's rigged, but it's not that hard. What I'm gonna do with the money that lasts, because of course I want 100K a month business, and this is not gonna take me to 100K that easy. At least I like hire a lot of people, and I don't want to do that. So what's the next step? And that's a good question. That's a good point. So I understood a lot about business online, and I understood you can do the exact same thing by selling people. Alright, so the camera died and I have to film. Yes, I have to film this again. But basically just gonna share with you guys my plan on what I'm planning to do with my... give me a second. So yeah, I just want to explain you guys what I'm planning to do. What's my next big step in life, so I can actually start living better than I'm used to in my past life. So, and how you guys can do it too. So, because this is the whole purpose of this video. Because I say this video is just for me talking with myself, but at the end of the day, this video is gonna be seen by a lot of people I know, and it has to be useful for you guys as well. So what's my next step? What's my plan? I'm just planning to basically keep filming videos. I was talking about this book, which is from Alex Hormozi. It says how to make offers so good people feel stupid saying no, which is basically what we were talking about before. So if you cannot make money, you can just take money from other people. You have to become so good at taking people's money that people cannot say no. And the only one way is for you to offer them something they already need, right? So I was putting the example like you regularly sell what people need, right? Your product solves a problem. So my plan right now, what I'm doing right now, is serving people who need videos. But the one mistake I was doing, and probably you guys too, and I don't want you guys to do this exact mistake, is to serve everybody, right? I would do videos. That was it. That was my promise. Everybody can do videos, bro. There's a lot of people who also have cameras, who also have knowledge about creating content. They can do videos. How much do they charge? Probably $200, $300 a month. $500 a month if you go to a 9-to-5 job just creating content, which is pretty much the same than the path you don't want to follow. So when you niche down and when you take it further from your product, aka in my case, I do videos. I don't do videos anymore. I scale personal brands, which is totally different. It might be the same ability, because it doesn't make you like learn a new ability more than sales and making offer so good, people feel stupid saying no. That's it. But you don't need to get your product better. You just have to know how to market your product better. That's the ability of that book. I really recommend you guys. I'm gonna leave probably the links in the Amazon down below, or just look at it. That's the name. That's very simple. You don't need anything else. You don't blah blah. The case is, when you take your product, your service to the next level of I do videos to I scale personal brands with professional content, bro, you can charge 5x more. And that's the key. So when I used to consider going to the uni and getting a job and all these things, I was like, brother, how much money can I make being a professional in my country? Probably like 1K, 1.5K, if that's too much. Brother, that's what I'm getting from one client with no degree, just because I learned these skills, just because I got the knowledge that separates the rich from the poor. I'm gonna repeat that one more time. All that separates rich from poor is knowledge, mindset, auto-perception, but it's pretty much the same thing. It's just knowledge and mindset. That's it. There's nothing else. So my plan is switching my product or service from I do videos statement to I scale personal brands with professional content, and I do all the YouTube for them. So I focus only on a type of person who's already an entrepreneur, who's already making money, who's already selling his product, his service, or whatever the fuck he sells. He's already catching in money, so he has money to pay, because it's very important for you when you niche down this way. You just don't do it whatever you want. So you have to consider very important things. One of them is that your avatar has money. So try to serve the rich people with your product, with your service. Don't serve just anyone who can pay. Serve good quality persons, serve good quality clients, and be very selective. Don't let the money trap, the I need money trap, fool you into getting any client just because you need money. Have your principles. We go again to step number 1 or number 2, I don't even remember, but it's setting your principles correct of, I want to work with this guy, I want to work with this type of guy, I want to work with a responsible person, I want to work with blah 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 blah. And then you will find those persons if you act accordingly to what you're describing, of course. So this is very important. What's the next step when I get that? I already signed my first client. I'm probably I have like 3 or 5 more sales calls this week. So I'm closing at least another one, and that's gonna be plus 2 to 3K a month with 2 clients, which is simple, which is the exact same thing I was doing a lot of months ago. I just didn't have the enough knowledge to understand these basic principles of business. So what am I gonna do with this money? Because there comes a problem, and is that this business model is not gonna give me enough money for me to make 10K to 100K a month. I'm conscious of it because I cannot surface that much people, because editing videos is gonna take me a lot of time, and it actually does already. Searching for new leads is gonna be a mess, right? So I know I'm not gonna get to 5 to 10K a month easily making videos, but it's my way to get those first 10K a month. What am I gonna do with that money? I understood that the more people you serve, the more money you make. So if you get to a business that you cannot escalate it due to whatever it is, for example, my business agency cannot be escalated that much, at least I hire a lot of fucking people, which is gonna be pretty exhausting, and I don't want to do that shit. I'm gonna jump onto online business at the same time I do my shit, because I'm gonna start creating a product which is gonna be online, which is gonna be a one-time made. Because right now I'm selling videos. I make a video, I sell a video, and if I want to make another sale, I have to make another video, and so on. So right now I'm gonna change that a little bit, with my online businesses. That doesn't have anything to do with my agency business right now. But I'm creating a business, a one-time video. A one-time video that I'm gonna make once in my life and probably adjust it and then keep selling it. That's it. That's an info product. That's a course. Yes, it is. I'm not gonna tell you guys what it is exactly, but it's something that I really like, and it's something that I'm passionate about, and I'm gonna start doing this until I get so much money that I can start my own brand. This is the whole plan. This is the whole path. Just applying the same knowledge that I have, and I'm doing for this business and make it into an online business that's gonna make me like money passively, right? Because I found we are in this era where everything is online, when everything's going AI, when everything's going like, brother, probably this is where you are smart. Right now I'm viewing a future where probably I won't have any job if I keep doing videos like to other people. Probably if I keep doing videos for myself and I grow my channel, I'll be rich. Doesn't matter if AI or not, it doesn't matter. But if I keep serving people, or for example someone who sells commercials, right? I film commercial videos. All right, brother, I've seen commercial videos made with AI in seconds. Cheaper, better, faster. Brother, the world changes. That's when you have to be smart. That is the moment in your life when you gotta be smart. Not in school, not getting good grades. You gotta be smart in life. You gotta be smart in business. And the only one way for you to improve every single time this skill is for you to choose a path similar to this. I'm not saying you have to be an entrepreneur. I just do it because that's my way to view the things since I was like 19 to right now, where I am 22. You understand my point? So I'm gonna keep you guys updated onto my plan. I don't wanna go very deeply into it, just because I wanna go taking step by step, doing things okay, right, and correct, so that I can really achieve this goal, which I know I am capable of, and you guys will see, because I'll show the whole process on this channel. And nothing else to say. Nothing else to say, but thank you for being until the last of this video. It's gonna be like 40 minutes, I guess. Thank you for being here. Thank you for paying me, what the fuck. Thank you for paying attention to this video, and thank you for no, I don't want to thank you anything. You thank yourself for being in these spaces, for being in this type of time investing, because it's what in my life has made me change so much. Investing time into learning, investing time into listening to someone else who's on the same path, or at least has the same mentality as me, the same mindset. So that's basically it I wanted to say. Very happy that I filmed this video. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it's very difficult for me to film these videos, and I did it. So this is your sign to go in as well. This is your sign to take action as well, and I will be very happy to see your comments. I'll see you on the next video.